You are listening to Evol Radio Live. I am your host, DJ Darkside. Coming up, we have a interview with Croona of Against I. Some of you might know him from older projects, some of you might not. So you'll learn a thing or two about him. He is doing some awesome things. So, here we go. Enjoy. DJ Darkside, Evol Radio Live on evolradio.com. Thanks for keeping it evil. I want to say thank you very much for being on the Evol Radio broadcast. A lot of our listeners may or may not know about you, so why don't you introduce yourself and let our listeners and viewers know about your projects.
Of course, thank you for having me. So I'm Freddie, and I'm probably mostly known from the bands Mensch Defect or Cynical Existence. Those are, I think, the longest ones that I'm part of, so to speak. But right now I'm doing a project called Against I.
Tell us a little bit about who you're inspired by and how you came up with the name of the project.
Oof, the list goes on and on and on and on forever, but my main inspiration is metal because I'm like in my core essence, I'm a metalhead.
Yeah.
I also like industrial music, everything from Fear Factory to Suicide Commando. I just like to fuse different parts of what inspires me. It could be like, you know, the heavy riffs to like the melodic synthesizers to give it a little bit of, you know, different flair.
Please explain your creative process. Do you start with a certain idea in your head as it relates to a instrument, or is it maybe some kind of lyric?
90% of the time I don't have an idea. I just, you know, sit down, start up Cubase, and then I just start like playing around. Maybe I found a drum beat that works, and then I just keep adding things and just keep adding things and maybe removing something. So I never really have a clear idea, and whenever I have one, it usually ends up, you know, entirely different.
Yeah. Do you play any instruments? And if so, what is your favorite and why?
Oh, no. I can't play anything. I mean, I can barely sing. I'm self-taught. Everything is just, you know, I can hear if something sounds wrong or out of tune,
Yeah.
but I can't really explain it. So everything is, I'm basically self-taught in every way,
Yeah.
musically possible, so to say. I wish I could play something, but I can't.
A lot of times, it seems like classically trained people stay within range or emotion, and I think being self-taught allows you to explore influences or things outside of what you would pick up from traditional lessons. Some of your songs are really dark across your project. Others are very deep and inspiring. Is there a hidden meaning behind any of your music, and if so, what would that be?
I think there's always like you interpreted two meanings to one song. The way I write and the way I'm thinking, and you listen to it and you might hear something else, you know?
Yeah.
So I think it's actually in the eye of the beholder, so to speak. All people see things differently and hear things differently. There could be more than one meaning to like the lyrics. Most of the times they are personal, but they are written in a way that, you know, you can't really tell that it's personal.
I understand what you're saying. What do you like to do outside of music that contributes to the way your songs are written, or a hobby, or something you do to relax?
Music is my way to relax, and also I do a little bit of gaming. Obviously, not as much as I used to because most of my time goes to work. I mean, work takes up a lot of time. So I mean, when I get to sit down,
Yeah.
and, you know, create, that's my way of like disconnecting myself from the world.
Do you collaborate with others? And if so, what is that process?
Oh yeah, I love to collaborate with others. Most fun things about making music, it's like, you know, creating something, sending it over to somebody else, they add something, and then you got an entirely different song. The person I collaborate with the most is probably George from Techno War. we've worked together for many years now, and he's been part of like Cynical Existence and a lot of my other projects. And he's really talented, and he has a way of like making things sound really good. I don't know how he does it. Magic, maybe.
Yeah. So, are there any charities, ways you give back, or community outreach that you are a part of that you could tell us about?
I'm not part of any as of right now, but I mean,
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned, anything that goes to something that can help others is good. It's like, and in my opinion, I'm not making music to make any money, and I barely make any money of it. So I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like if people just get happy by the music I make, that makes me happy. And I mean, if I get a little bit over and I can give it to somebody else and to help them, that's a good thing. But I mean, as far as charity work, no, I'm not really part of anything.
I think that's a really good answer. Giving back through music is probably one of the best forms of therapy. I know it's been in my life for as long as I can remember, and it's helped me get through a lot of stuff. Have you ever dealt with performance anxiety, and how did you overcome it?
Oh, oh my God! Every time I haven't played live for a long time.
Yeah.
Right now it's been like 2 years, and I say if I was going up on stage tomorrow, I would be terrified. But I think I do as many others do,
Yeah.
which is not a good thing. But of course, you drink a little bit of alcohol before you go on. It's not the way it's supposed to be. But I mean, I'm not the saint or anything. But yeah, a few beers, it always helps.
It's called liquid courage for a reason.
It's true. But also, after the first song, it usually goes away by itself.
Yeah, the crowd energy, and if you can really bring it to them, or nobody's really paying attention, but as soon as you begin, everybody just kind of turns their head and looks at you. That's the energy that you have to bring sometimes. And
Yeah, exactly. And if you have like, say 20 people and only 2 people are like really into it, that still helps a lot. Or even one person, because at least you know that you're making one person really happy.
tell me about your favorite performance venue or festival that you have been to or been a part of.